Well, we did it. We went from pause to playing 5 sports seasons, some at the same time. We wore masks, we cleaned our hands, we sat socially distanced, we limited our spectators, but through it all, we persevered and our teams won 9 Section 5 championships. Tonight, we'll have a chance to honor and celebrate our athletes, our coaches, and our teams. So let's do that right now. Join me in the brand new high school cafeteria. Welcome inside to our brand new high school cafeteria. Tonight, we're going to honor our athletes, our coaches, and teams for what was a very unique year. We'll celebrate our retirees, we'll recognize our multi-sport athletes, we'll honor a legend, and we'll finish the night by recognizing our Athlete of the Year recipients. So we'll begin with the Fall 1 season.
Girls, cross-country running had an amazing season. Getting right to it, they had a league record of 7-0. On top of that, they were sectional champions, defeating 18 other schools, with a team GPA of 95.46, with the Monroe County Scholar athlete being Tegan Cam. Making first team all-county were Ann Brennan, Paige Kidd, Anna Everhart. Second team all-county, Tegan Cam, Ella Hensel Cronin, Sophie Bagley, and Ginny Roth. On the amazing day at sectionals, winning patches for their top 10 amazing finishes were Ann Brennan, Paige Kidd, and Anna Everhart. Going on to make all Greater Rochester first team was Ann Brennan, who would also make the second team all New York State. All Greater Rochester honorable mention went to Paige Kidd, Tegan Cam, Sophie Bagley, Ella Hensel Cronin, Ollie Kranick, and Anna Everhart. The team was led by Coach Bernie Gardner with assistants Laura Holmes and Paige Smith. Boys cross-country running had a spectacular season that ended with a sectional championship. Coached by Bernie Gardner, assisted by Laura Holmes and Paige Smith, the team would also have a league dual meet record of 5-2, a team GPA of 94.15, led by Monroe County Scholar athlete Ryan Daler. First team all-county were Ryan Daler, Christian Kohler, and Omar Armbruster. Second team was Ken Morrell. At sectionals, Ryan Daler would win the individual 5K sectional championship. He was joined in the top 10 by Ken Morrell and Omar Armbruster. Ryan would also go on to make first team all Greater Rochester, as well as third team all New York State. All Greater Rochester honorable mention went to Christian Kohler, Michael Feely, Ken Morrell, Jack Martin, Omar Armbruster, and Jack Halsey. And the one and only Bernie Gardner was AGR Coach of the Year.
The girls soccer team had a successful 2020 season. We felt very fortunate to be able to have a season to get back out on the field this fall, and the girls really made the most of this opportunity and were very, very successful both in the classroom and on the field. Our team GPA was 95.33, and our Monroe County Scholar athlete was Maggie Adams. Congratulations to her and the whole team on this very impressive accomplishment. We were also successful on the field this year. We were 8-0 in our division, winning the Division 4 championships, and 10-0 for the entire regular season. And we also were voted the Division 4 Sportsmanship Award. Great accomplishments on and off the field this season by the girls. As a result of our great team success, we were also able to have a number of individuals recognized for their accomplishments. On our first team all-county, we had Mari Spitz, Shayla Torpy, Paige Brent, Maria Karapitas. And on second team all-county, Elise Lupacella, Emma Calcani, and Isabella Woloshuk. Congratulations to those players as well. Maria Karapitas also received some additional honors. She was named to the first team All Greater Rochester team. She was Division IV Player of the Year, and she also was named to the third team New York State All-State team, which is quite an accomplishment for any player, but especially for only a sophomore. Even though we weren't able to do the annual breast cancer walk that our team normally participates in, the girls still wanted to do something to contribute to this great charity and to do something in our community. So the girls hosted a breast cancer awareness night at one of our games, and where they decorated pink pumpkins and collected donations and made a contribution to a local community member who was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. This has been a difficult year for all of our athletes, but I'm so proud of our team and the way they've stepped up and handled themselves this year, really persevering through all of the obstacles and challenges that we had to face to make this season happen. And they were just incredibly positive, optimistic, and successful both on and off the field. And we're really going to miss these girls, especially our group of seniors. We graduate 12 of them: Natalie Ventura, Mari Spitz, Liana Torpy, Paige Brent, Mackenzie Killenbeck, Megan Ranke, Izzy Playa, Beth Panja, Maggie Adams, Elise Lupacella, Emma Calcani, Shayla Torpy. We're going to miss you girls next year. We thank you for everything that you've given to this program and throughout your soccer career. You guys really made it an incredibly fun and enjoyable season, which was a much needed positive note in 2020. We're going to miss you all and wish you the best of luck in your future.
The 2020 boys varsity soccer team had an unprecedented year, going undefeated for the first time in school history, finishing with a 10-0-1 overall record, going 8-0 in the league, winning another league championship. The team was highly successful on the field and off the field with a 90.01 GPA, and our Monroe County Scholar athlete being Reese Joint. Ultimately, we had a great year and also won the Sportsmanship Award for the Monroe County League. With the great team success that we enjoyed, a number of individuals also achieved accomplishments. Monroe County First Team All-League seniors, Gunnar Wetzel, Tyler Twilliger, and Will Eby. Juniors, David Brassey and Xavier Carbonell. Monroe County Second Team All-League, 3 seniors, John Henry Wolozik, Kate Ratliff-Caliborn, and Nick Birch. Making honorable mention were seniors Jason Hoffman and Ian Kane, junior Cole Chaparino. Gunnar Wetzel also was the Monroe County Divisional Player of the Year and an All Greater Rochester selection. And most importantly, thank you to the seniors who contributed so much time, hard work, dedication, commitment over the years, especially this year and what was a unique year. And being able to go undefeated with you guys, leading the charge was just unbelievable to watch and be a part of. I want to thank Will Eby, Reese Joint, Nick Birch, Ian Kane, John Henry Wolozik, Jason Hoffman, Tyler Twilliger, Kate Ratliff-Caliborn, and Gunnar Wetzel. You guys are awesome. Enjoyed it, and we'll see you around.
The girls swimming and diving team had an overall record of 7-1, winning their Monroe County League Championship. The team took second place at sectionals. Highlights from the sectional championship included Emily Lefroy Heath winning the 500 freestyle and the 100 breaststroke, Catherine McCrae taking third place in the 200 freestyle and the 100 backstroke, Samantha Pichotti taking 5th place in the 200 freestyle and 9th place in the 100 butterfly, Abigail Baum taking 5th place in the 200 IM and 13th place in the 100 butterfly, and Ryan Tanner taking 5th place in the 50 freestyle and 8th place in the 100 freestyle. The championship relays, the 200 medley relay took 3rd place, featuring Catherine McCrae, Kate Tanner, Abigail Baum, and Addie Butner. The 200 freestyle relay took 2nd place with Kate Tanner, Ryan Tanner, Emma Kidd, and Emily Lefroy Heath. And the 400 freestyle relay took 2nd place, featuring Ryan Tanner, Catherine McCrae, Emma Kidd, and Emily Lefroy Heath. The team had 18 all-county honorees, including first team selections Addie Butner, Emma Kidd, Emily Lefroy-Heath, Catherine McCrae, Samantha Pichotti, Kate Tanner, and Ryan Tanner. Second team selections were Abigail Baum, Ella Butner, Jenna Bovenzi, Trinity Collier, Isabel Daig, Natalie Gilbert, Hazel Jokel, Grace Norvell, Ava Stefano, and co-captains Chloe Brassey and Hannah Zorno. The team's Scholar Athlete recipient was Catherine McCrae.
The girls' varsity tennis team had a wild ride this past season. COVID schmovid, we didn't let a global pandemic get in the way of an outstanding season. Back in the fall, we practiced and played each match as if it were our last, because the reality was we were never really sure how long our season would last. This uncertainty became our new reality, and we all learned valuable lessons about life in the process. Out of our 14 enthusiastic Cougars, 11 were seniors, and we celebrated their awesomeness on a senior night that was unlike any other. Captained by our fearless and uber-organized Sophia Walker, the team played 12 matches in temperatures ranging from 90 to 40 degrees. In team sectionals, we advanced to the finals, which was a pretty big deal, as well as some individual accolades to boast about. Maddie Langley was selected to the All-County First Team, Addie Scheidel and Emma Helms were appointed to the second team, and an honorable mention was awarded to Maddie McLean. I couldn't be more proud of this dynamic team and how they persevered, adapted, and celebrated their way through a most memorable season. Great job, Cougars.
Once again, during the 2020-21 school year, HFL was able to offer gymnastics opportunity thanks to a partnership with the Rush Henrietta School District. Both Victoria Winsman and Ashlyn Petty continue to represent HFL in gymnastics. Both qualified for the Section 5 championships this year, with Ashlyn finishing 19th in the all-around and 22nd in the balance beam, and Victoria finished 12th in the floor exercises, 11th in the all-around, and was top 16 in the bars. Congratulations to both girls on an outstanding gymnastics season, and we thank Rush Henrietta for helping make this possible. Due to restrictions from the New York State Department of Health, our winter season was split into two parts. Low-risk sports were able to begin in what was called the Winter 1 season. Let's look at those.
On behalf of the Alpine team, I want to say thank you and congratulate all of our teams. I'm very proud to be a part of HFL Athletics. I've also been very proud that our athletes are surrounded by great coaches, teachers, parents, staff, everyone else that's making all of this possible. This year more than ever, thank you for your dedication and leadership. 2021 Alpine Skiing, head coach is Peter Hotchkiss, assistant coach is Scott Wild. Our team GPA was 93.92 for the girls and 91.61 for the boys. Monroe County Scholar Athlete recipients are Morgan Long and George Walker. Morgan is grade 11 and George is a senior. These two student athletes are so much fun to train and race with. I've always been so impressed with both of them. Morgan has been a cornerstone of the team for several years now. Along with all of the extracurriculars, she managed to kickstart our One Warm Coat campaign last year. George is probably the best example of camaraderie that makes our sport so great. We've had so much fun over the years at the top of the race hill on our way to practice, and I'm really very proud that he selected Alpine as a sport. For 2021, we have New York State Scholar athletes are Morgan Long, Sarah Millard, George Walker, Michael Knight, Nolan Servent, and Mateo Wolf. Great job, everyone. Some individual highlights for this year. I want to recognize Tanner Olin, seventh grader new to the team. We had a ball training and racing and trying to improve all of our slalom technique. Tanner ranked 14th in the giant slalom and 11th in the slalom for a varsity athlete first year through. So a 15th overall in Monroe County standings is a great way to start your high school career. Monroe County Ski League team standings, we were 7th for the boys, both boys and girls this year, and very proud to get out there and represent HFL and as we get back to sports and the sport we love so much. Our community service project is One Warm Coat. We're going to continue collecting coats for donation to local charities, and again, special thanks to Morgan for leading us and kickstarting this campaign. It's going to be something that we do year in and year out now. Thank you very much.
The boys swimming and diving team had an overall record of 8-3 and won their Monroe County League championship. The team also took second place at sectionals, highlighted by Griffin Mayo taking second place in diving, Jack Worth taking 5th place in the 200 IM and second place in the 100 backstroke, Manny Robson finishing 3rd in diving, Mike Laviani finishing 4th in the 500 freestyle and 6th in the 200 freestyle, Chris Skelton finishing 5th in the 500 freestyle and 8th in the 100 backstroke, and Connor Quinn taking 5th place in diving. The team had 11 all-county honorees, including first team selections Mike Laviani, Jack Worth, Chris Skelton, Jonas Coleman, Emerson Coleman, and Christian Vitale. Second team selections were Aaron Hotaling, Levi Cross, Griffin Mayo, Owen Millette, and Connor Quinn. The team's County Scholar Athlete recipient was Mike Dovicki. The team's captains were Mike Laviani and Emerson Coleman.
Girls Nordic skiing for 2021. We had an excellent season with a league record of 7-1. We would take that and move on to sectionals where we would finish second. There were no states this year, but we did have all county first team members, Maria Larson and Ann Brennan. Second team, Anna Everhart, Ella Hensel Cronin, and Kari Roberts. At sectionals, we had the second best relay team of Ann Brennan, Anna Everhart, Maria Larson. And we had 2 first team All Greater Rochester members in Maria Larson and Ann Brennan. I'd like to pay particular attention to our assistant coaches, Mark Armbruster and Carl Johnson, who volunteered to help out. They were huge assets to the program. And final shout out to our team GPA of 96.36 and our scholar athlete, Alana Kahona. Thank you very much. The boys Nordic ski team of 2021 had an incredible season. Led by coaches Bernie Gardner, Mark Armbruster, and volunteer Carl Johnson. They had a league record of 8-0, were sectional champions. And while there were no states, it was generally known throughout the land that your very own HFL Cougars had the finest boys team in New York State. The team GPA was 95, led by the Monroe County Scholar athlete Ryan Daler. Individually, many awards, such as first team All-County, earned by Jack Halsey, Braden Belize, and Omar Armbruster. Second team, Christian Kohler, Will Eby, and Joey Northrup. At sectionals, Jack Halsey would be the individual 10K skate champion. He was followed by teammate Braden Belize with the silver medal. At the sectional relay, Jack Halsey, Braden Belize, and Omar Armbruster would take home the gold. The All-Greater Rochester Skier of the Year, Jack Halsey. He was joined on the first team, All-Greater Rochester, by Braden Belize and Omar Armbruster. And your friendly neighborhood Nordic Ski Coach AGR Coach of the Year, yours truly, Bernie Gardner.
Let's take a pause from recognizing our teams to celebrate those athletes who will continue to play their sport in college. Here they are. In February, we were given clearance by the New York State Department of Health to begin the remainder of our winter sports. Here are our Winter 2 teams.
HFL girls basketball finished with a team record of 8-4 this season. We were 7-1 in Monroe County Division 4, and we were the Monroe County Division 4 champions. Our team GPA was 96.5. We had a Monroe County Scholar Athlete recipient, that was Mari Spitz. First team all-county selections were Tegan Cam and Hannah Selke. Olivia Friedlander was a second team choice. Our all-Greater Rochester selections were Tegan Cam, and an honorable mention went to Hannah Selke. Hannah Selke also was a Ronald McDonald All-Star. Although the game wasn't played this year, she was selected to the team. Thank you very much to assistant coaches Lee Selke and Garrett Parker, and all the parents and everyone else that made basketball such a success.
Good evening. This is Coach Neenan, varsity boys basketball coach. This year's team consisted of 5 seniors, 4 juniors, and 1 sophomore. This season, though, was a little different, as there were no summer leagues, no camps, no individual workouts, or open gyms because of a pandemic when COVID hit. So we had to do a lot of different things to get ready for the season. A lot had to do with the boys doing a great job of staying physically fit on their own and working on their skills. We were able to offer a lot of virtual basketball workouts in the summer, and the kids were able to engage in those and do 18 to 20 of those workouts. And then finally in December, we were given the okay to do some open gyms without contact. They worked on that for 7 to 8 weeks, continued to keep getting better, always putting the effort in, and then finally we were given the green light to go ahead and play the season at the end of January. We had a 5-week season as we played 15 games during that stretch. The boys had a great year as we advanced to the sectional finals for the first time since 1999, as they beat Monroe in the first round of quarterfinals, Easters in the semifinals, and then they advanced to take on East. Although we didn't get the outcome we were hoping for, I couldn't be prouder of these young men as they battled one of the best teams in Section 5 all night long. The effort, the toughness, and the resiliency they showed was absolutely awesome. These guys also did it in the classroom, as they won a Monroe County Scholar Athlete Team Award with a GPA of 94.31. Our Monroe County Scholar Athlete recipient was Josh Vogt. Our all-county selections, as we had 2 on the first team, Patrick Lustig and Josh Vogt, and 1 on the second team in Nolan Smith. We had some also make the Class A All-Tournament team, Patrick Lustig and Nolan Smith, and then the Class A All-Tournament team honorable mention went to Josh Vogt and Mason Wanzenreed. Now this year, due to the pandemic, we were not allowed to do a lot of team activities during the season. So we were not able to do a lot of the community service projects that we'd like to continue to do, but we're hoping to in the future, along with a few others that we'd like to have. I would like to finish with a shout out to our 5 seniors, Preston Huff, Reese Joint, Patrick Lustig, Josh Vogt, and Mason Wanzenreed. Thank you for all your time and effort you gave to the program. We wish you well in the next chapter as you head to college in the fall. To all our underclassmen, we hope you continue to work hard and strive to be the best you can be every day as we look forward to next year. Thank you to all that had a lot of success in helping these boys have a season this year. I hope everybody has a safe, healthy, and happy summer.
The 2021 athletic year presented a unique set of challenges for all of our student athletes. Due to the limitations related to the pandemic, many opportunities for achievement were not available. Nonetheless, given the opportunities provided, the HFL wrestling team had a record-breaking year on every level in which we were allowed to compete. We'll start with Monroe County Awards and Monroe County Achievements. Individually, we had 8 wrestlers earn first team honors for Monroe County Division III. Those wrestlers were Jacob McVig, Waylon Winsman, Jazz Spalding, Cooper Levine, Nick Noto, Carter Schubert, Andrew Bovenzi, and Alex Zuber. Also earning individual honors for Monroe County Division III were our Division III Wrestler of the Year, Carter Schubert, our Sportsmanship Award winner, Andrew Bovenzi, and our Scholar Athlete recipient, Mitchell Bulling. The team was undefeated for the first time ever in league competition and were crowned the Monroe County Division III team champions. Moving on to our sectional achievements, the team finished third in Class B1, and placing in that tournament were our 4 champions, Christopher Noto, Jazz Spalding, Nick Noto, and Carter Schubert. We also had placements by Jacob McVig, who was second place, Waylon Winsman, who was third place, and Kenish Christensen and Alex Zuber, who were both fourth place finishers. So that gave us 8 wrestlers placing in the top 4 of our sectional championships. Also earning honors in the All Greater Rochester Award arena were Christopher Noto, Jazz Spalding, Nicholas Noto, and Carter Schubert. So we had a lot of team awards and individual awards throughout our competition schedule this year. And as proud as we are of our achievements on the mat, we are equally as proud of our team chemistry. The team encouraged and supported each other throughout the year. We are really looking forward to our group continuing to come together as they develop friendships and memories during their time as HFL wrestlers.
The Brighton HFL-ER hockey merger continues to be a successful partnership to provide HFL student athletes with an opportunity to compete in ice hockey. This year's team finished with a record of 6-8 and had a team GPA of 85.75. The Monroe County Scholar Athlete was Mary Whalen. First team All-County was Braden Tribuskowitz. Second team All-County was Gus Lant and Peter Burslin. Congratulations on an excellent season to the Brighton HFL-ER hockey team.
In March, we were giving clearance for the remainder of our Fall 2 teams to compete. They were put on pause during the original fall season. Here are our Fall 2 teams.
Hi, this is Ashley Wood, the varsity cheerleading coach. We went into the Fall 2 season feeling so grateful to be back together, but also having no idea what to expect. Putting together a competitive cheer season in that short of time is unheard of. The girls had worked hard through the COVID shutdown, trying to be as ready as possible when they finally got the green light for high-risk sports. They ended up pulling off an incredible season. Their first competition at Canandaigua, they took a first place against Avon. At counties, they took third to Arcadia and Canandaigua. And to make life even more interesting, they were pushed up to Class A for sectionals, where they took second place to Webster Thomas. The team maintained a GPA of 91.53. The Monroe County Scholar Athlete was Madeline Wood. First team All-League was awarded to Madeline Wicks and Madeline Wood. Second team All-League went to Kaden Benson and Ivy Yates. Great season, girls. We are so proud of you.
Hello, Cougar fans. The girls volleyball team was Section 5 Class B champions in the Fall 2 season. Their team record in Monroe County Division III was 12-6. The team GPA was 93.99. Our scholar athlete recipient this year was Tegan Camp. And all county selections: first team, Rowan Considine; second team, Allison Millard. For our Section 5 all-tournament team, Tegan Cam was voted MVP, Rowan Considine, and Allison Millard. The girls volleyball team would like to dedicate this season to Nancy Poole, who is by far our most dedicated fan. We're going to miss you so much, Nancy.
The HFL varsity football team completed a 7-0 undefeated season and winning the district's first ever Section 5 football championship. HFL was led by first team All Greater Rochester selection Reese Joint, who was also the Class B Offensive Player of the Year. Second team All Greater Rochester selections Mitchell Bowling and Patrick Lustig. All county selections Mitchell Bowling, Jacob Derby, Colt Green, Reese Joint, JT Killenbeck, Patrick Lustig, and Mason Wansereed each made first team. And on second team, Sam Miller, Nolan Smith, and Nolan Yates.
In our athletic program, we value multi-sport participation. Here are our 3 sport athletes by grade. Traditionally, 3 sports is the maximum an athlete could play in a year. But due to this year's uniqueness and 5 seasons, some of our athletes were able to play more. Here are our 4 sport athletes. Due to the pandemic and the ability to have 5 seasons this year, history was made. Congratulations to Reese Joint for being our first 5 sport athlete. Our 5th and final season was the spring season. Here are our spring teams.
Good evening, everyone. Coach Quinter and Coach Argenta would like to take a moment to recognize the Unified Basketball Program. Once again, we had such a large turnout that we needed to create 2 teams for the season. Both teams finished the season with a record of 3-3. Coach Quinter and Coach Argenta would like to thank everyone for their hard work and contribution to the Unified Program, and of course, best wishes to all of our seniors. We'd also like to thank assistant coaches Will Weiss, Peter Stockos, and our student coaches, JT Killenbeck, Beth Panja, and Brody Young. Thank you.
The HFL girls varsity softball team had another fantastic year this year. Our team record was 16-3. We had some key wins over Pittsford Mendon, Pittsford Sutherland twice, and Brighton. Our team GPA is a 97.61 average, and our Monroe County Scholar Athlete recipient went to Quinn Adcock. We also had a few members of the team make all county selections. Our first team was Quinn Adcock, Olivia Prelander, and Mari Spitz. Our second team all-county selections was Megan Ranke, Ryan Tanner. We also had the Monroe County Division IV Co-Players of the Year and All Greater Rochester, which went to Quinn Adcock and Mari Spitz. As a team, we were Monroe County Division IV champions, and then we had a win against Pittsford Sutherland to make us Section 5 Class A2 sectional champions this year as well. And like I mentioned before, All Greater Rochester went to Quinn Adcock and Mari Spitz. All in all, fantastic season by the girls. Really good-working, hard-working group of girls. But looking forward to what the underclassmen have for us in the upcoming years.
Perhaps no athlete has written a better final chapter than Quinn Adcock. In the bottom of the 7th of the Section 5 softball championships, with 2 strikes and 2 outs, she delivered the game-winning RBI with a single to right field, giving the district their 2nd consecutive softball championship. Let's meet Quinn.
Quinn, thanks for joining us. Quinn Adcock, varsity softball, 2-time Section 5 champ, starting pitcher. Thanks for joining us and giving us a chance to get to know you a little bit today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
So, Quinn, how'd you get started in softball?
I started playing t-ball when I was around 3 or 4, and I think I did a year or 2 of that, and then my dad switched me over to our little youth league that we got in town, and I played in that growing up with all the same girls I play with now. And it wasn't what it was now, that's for sure, but when we were older, I say our last year of youth league, we were really good, and we had a lot of strong players, and we knew that we were going to be strong contenders going forward for the following years.
You sure were. Can you describe can you share 1 or 2 words to describe you?
I'd say I'm very resilient. Being a pitcher, there's a lot of pressure on me, and I've dealt with that since I started pitching when I was in 4th grade. And I think it's helped me, I've definitely gained many aspects from pitching, and resilience is definitely my biggest one. And I get lots of compliments on how well I handle high pressure situations.
It's so funny you say that, because that's my next question. You are in a lot of high pressure situations. I mean, you've pitched in, sectional finals, you've pitched in regional games, and I know you've pitched in high level travel games as well. So what are some of the tools you use to handle that mental pressure so you can continue to pitch and be effective?
It's definitely something that I've just learned over time, but for sure, just staying calm, stepping back off the rubber, taking a few deep breaths, knowing that you have your defense behind you to back you up is huge, because it's not just a one-man team, it's a team game. So you just have to have that mentality that, you're here to pitch for them to hit. And if they hit, you just have to trust that your teammates behind you are going to make the plays for you, and just know that you have the ability to do everything that you're up there to do.
What's the best advice anybody's ever given you?
Definitely Mr. Davis. One year I walked into his classroom on game day, and he goes, just because someone hits a home run off you the first time they're up doesn't mean they will the second time. And it sounds very literal, but you can change it many ways in the game. Just because one thing happens at the beginning of the game, or you're down in the beginning of the game, you can't let that get to you, because there's a whole 7 innings that you have to play.
So this next question is going to be a tough one for you, because I know you made several of them. But what's your favorite memory?
I'd have to say definitely winning sectionals for the first time. Nothing can really beat that feeling. That was amazing.
You were a sophomore in that game pitching, and you were amazing in that game. I remember that. So how has participating in athletics helped you in other parts of your life?
Like I said before, that resilience factor definitely carries over, but it's brought me a bunch of people in my life, and I've definitely gained a lot of friends, and it's just this great connection that you can have with people. And it's so much fun, because you're just so close with all your teammates, and you get to hang out with them outside of softball, and it's a lot different. I'm so used to seeing all my friends in their softball uniforms, and the other day we got dressed up for something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen you guys in nice clothes. And it's just a good experience.
So I know you practice a lot. I know you're competing a lot. But when you're not doing those things, what are some things you like to do in your free time?
I spend a lot of my free time practicing, but when I'm not, I'm usually with my teammates. I'd say a good 85% of the time that we're not at practice, we're still together doing something, whether it's going out to eat or just hanging out at someone's house, swimming, or it's just good bonding time.
So you and your teammates are role models for all of our young softball players coming up. Who was a role model for you? Who's inspired you?
Definitely my dad. He's been my biggest role model since I was little. And obviously he didn't play softball, but he's always been my coach, and he's always been there for me, and he comes to every game, and he has the best advice, and he always gives me his little reminders that he's got to give me, and he tells me to pick it up if I got to pick it up, and he's always straightforward with me, which I really appreciate, because that's something that players need, I think.
Mm-hmm. So what are your final thoughts? What do you want people to know about Quinn Adcock?
Oh, I want people to know that I love the game of softball and that I'm so happy I was able to come in and put some numbers up on our banner because that's what I always said that I would do. And I want that to stick with people for the rest of HFL softball.
So I was actually going to finish with that. You had a vision when you saw the banner in the gym. There were no numbers on it, and you said it out loud a couple times. I'm going to put numbers on that banner, and you put 2. You and your teammates put 2, and you were a huge part of that. What's it feel like? What's it like? Feel like knowing that that's going to be there forever? You created that.
It still gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I mean, I watch the video they got of my walk-off hit like literally every day, and it gives me chills. And it's just so exciting to think that me and my teammates were able to come together and do something that HFL softball's never seen before. And it's just, we made history together. It's incredible.
I don't know if you can write a better chapter. Your last at bat, bottom of the 7th, sectional final. This is it. There's no stage. This is your last at bat. 2 strikes, 2 outs, and you get the game-winning hit to give us a sectional title this year. I don't know if you can write a better chapter than that, Quinn.
No, I don't think so.
So I want to thank you, and thanks for taking time. And I want to thank you for all you've done, not only for softball, but for the HFL athletic program. And you're a great role model, and I really want to get a chance to talk to you today. So really
Thank you.
appreciate what you've done.
Thank you.
The 2021 varsity baseball team was the first team to play our home games on our beautiful new turf field and had some great team victories versus both Pittsford schools and a walk-off victory versus RH on it. Our overall team record was 7-9. Our Monroe County Scholar Athlete recipient was Brian Ranke. Our all-county nominations were first team, Brian Ranke, second team, Reese Joint, and also second team, Xavier Carbonell.
Fellow community, I would like to thank our 2021 ladies lacrosse team for winning their 9th consecutive sectional title, 12 out of the last 13. More importantly, the team GPA was a 96.44, and also our Monroe Scholar Athlete recipient was Claire Ruff. Our All-County Award recipients, first team were Emma Calcani, Whitley Easton. Our second team All-County were Chloe Brassey and Maeve O'Brien. We also had a Section 5 tournament MVP in Whitley Easton. We were very fortunate this year to be awarded the USL Lacrosse Jackie Pitts Award recipient, and only one recipient in Section 5, and our very own Chloe Brassey won that award. So congratulations to all of those. I would also like to say thank you so much to Joy Jennyjohn for everything that she has done for the whole athletic program and especially the girls lacrosse program. We miss you greatly. With that, we'd also like to say a huge thank you and welcome to Miss Hannah Deneen, who has been doing a wonderful job in that transition, and we wish her nothing but the best. And another thank you to Renee Davis, who I personally think is the greatest trainer that is in Section 5, and her time and effort is greatly appreciated. And Jim Priscilla for his time and effort in the strength and conditioning program here at HFL. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
The 2021 boys lacrosse season was historic as the boys captured their first Class C sectional title. It's a great effort by everybody, and it was a phenomenal season. The coaching staff was, awarded by the county and Section 5 for their efforts to work and with their work with the kids. Okay, Coach Ben Atkinson, Alan Chapman, Eric Goodbillet all did an awesome job working with the boys and making sure that they were prepared. The team's GPA was 88.97, and the highest GPA on the team was Matt Blythe. A number of boys were recognized as all-county team selections, and this is an award that really, I think, reflects the whole team as we all pushed each other every day to get better. first team selections were Matt Blythe, Colt Green, and Ian Kane. Second team All-League members were Drew Angelo, Christian Kohler, Cade Ratcliffe Kailborn, and Braden Tribuskowitz. A number of boys were also mentioned, and that's David Brassey, Jack Graney, Chase Perryman, Huck Thayer, and Gunnar Wetzel. The Class C tournament MVP was Colt Green for his outstanding efforts. We had a number of seniors that are moving on to bigger things, and we wish them the best of luck. Matt Blythe, Christian Kohler, Jack Graney, Colt Green, Ian Kane, Hayden Price, Cade Ratcliffe Kailborn, Will Smith, Huck Thayer, and Gunnar Wetzel. So again, thanks for all the coaching staff from, Coach Camp at the modified level, Coach Pratt, and all your coaches ever since you were youth. Great job this year, and way to cap it off, boys. You did a great job.
The girls track team wrapped up an outstanding season, being crowned Class B1 sectional champions. They were also the Monroe County divisional champions, finishing up with a 5-0 undefeated record. This was an especially incredible feat as we had a really young team with only 2 seniors, and many athletes were competing on varsity track for the very first time. Their success was a total team effort, with points being scored in almost every event and every meet. In sectionals alone, we scored in 14 out of 19 events. Individual sectional champions include Bryn Mooney in the 400, Ella Hensel-Cronin in the 400 hurdles, Aaliyah Spaker in the 3000, and Ollie Kranick, Olivia Houlihan, Tegan Cam, and Shannon Howe in the 4x8 relay. Each of those girls scored in multiple events, as did Thea Ackerman, Mia Arena, Ann Brennan, Anna Everhart, Emma Gary, and Kayla Lawrence. Also contributing to the scoring were Sophie Bagley, Shannon Howe, Sarah Moon, and Jane Williams. Aaliyah Spaker was also honored with the Devin Snyder Memorial Award, which goes to the MVP track athlete and the MVP field athlete of the sectional meet. Finally, our scholar athletes were Catherine McCrae and Kayla Lawrence, and the girls had a team GPA of 96.02. Congratulations to the girls track team on an incredible season. Your coaches are so proud of you.
I'd like to talk about the boys track team for 2021. This year we had an exceptional record of 5-0 to win our Monroe County Divisional Champion. We would then move on to sectionals. At sectionals, we had a great day. As a team, we beat 16 teams. We're only defeated by 1 to finish second overall out of the whole 18-team division. Individually, we had a rock star day by Ryan Daler, who won the 1600, the 800, and the 32. Jack Halsey would go on to individually win the pole vault. Now we had a great relay team effort by Jack Halsey, Joey Rogers, Owen Rogers, and Ryan Daler. Other people that scored points at sectionals by virtue of being in the top 6, Omar Armbruster, Calvin Burke, Henry Burke, Ryan Daler, previously mentioned, Ryan Gary, Aiden Gould, Jack Halsey, Zach Meacham, Ken Morrell, Joey Rogers, Tyler Terwilliger. Our relay team of Aiden Gould, Tyler Terwilliger, Owen Rogers, and Zach Meacham. The previously mentioned 4x4, and then the 4x8 of Matt Ross, Jack Martin, Calvin Burke, and Ken Morrell. I'd like to have a special shout out to our Monroe County Scholar Athlete, Ryan Daler, and the team GPA of 94. And finally, thank you very much to the coaches, Megan Mansfield, Xavier Goodrum, Nolan Ho, Tom San Giacomo, and Christian Sparacino.
As a member of the boys track team, Ryan Daler won 3 Section 5 championships. He also won a sectional title this fall as a member of our boys cross country team. Ryan is also the class of 21 valedictorian. Perhaps there's no more well-rounded athlete than Ryan Daller. Let's meet him.
Ryan, thanks for joining us and giving us a chance to get to know you a little bit. You had an unbelievable career. This year, you're the Section 5 cross-country champ. You're three-time champ in track, outstanding Nordic season. I mean, leaving your mark here at HFL. So glad that we have a chance to get to know you a little bit here and share a little bit about you. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
So how'd you get started in running and skiing?
So running, I remember when I was young, myself and my family would go out and watch my dad run some road race 5Ks. And that was back in his prime. So he would be out there, and it was always a good moment to see him running himself. But then the real inspiration started to come from the PE mile. That's really the only time anyone runs when they're young. And I was just naturally good at it. And I just remember, I mean, when you're young, you tend to migrate towards the things you're naturally good at. So running just so happened to be it. And I'd say, yeah, PE mile, that's where it all started.
Wow. So what's one or two words to describe you?
I think the best word to describe me would be honest, because I'm honest with others and honest with myself, most importantly. Honest in the sense that I'm very realistic in assessing where I'm at, and very realistic in assessing what I can become. And I think that's super important for everyone and everything you do. You can't really lie to yourself. It doesn't get you anywhere. And it's even worse when you just start lying to other people about where you're at. Early in my career, people would ask me my times and I would like totally jack them up and lie. And then you kind of figure out there's no point in that, because eventually those times got stuck in my own head. And when you don't hit the time that you lied to someone that you already hit, it kind of psychologically knocks you down. So I think honesty is extremely important, particularly with yourself.
That's awesome. You competed at the highest level. You performed at the highest level. What are some mental tools that you use to handle the pressure so you're able to perform?
Yeah, so I think the most important mental tool out of any mental tool ever is control what you can control. That general attitude, it really isolates things and sets you on a path where everything that you can possibly do to perform as best you can, that's within your control. That's so much more important than worrying about things that are totally outside the realm of your control. So, that goes right along with, let's say the weather's bad. Everyone's running in the same weather. It's not just bad for you. So I would say it helps you set yourself up so that you're the best you can be on that day. And, that's really all you can ask for. So that was my mentality for the past couple of years, and it's really gotten me to the next level.
What's your favorite memory?
Favorite memory, probably sophomore year, cross country, going down to Sunken Meadows down in New York City with Cam McDaniel's team. We had beat Pittsburgh Mendon, completely upset them at sectionals. And I remember going down there. We placed fifth as a team, which was right around where we should have been. And after the race, we went out to the beach and recreated the Chariots of Fire scene, which was kind of nasty because the sand was so granular and it was so windy that it was blowing right at your skin, and it felt like you were getting pierced by a bunch of shots at the same time. But that was the first time I felt a sense of camaraderie with the sport and the guys around me. So no doubt, State's sophomore year.
What's the best advice anybody's ever given you?
So back in back a couple of years ago, I would go up to this camp called High Peaks, up in Lake Placid, and it's run by, one of the well-known running guys in the running world, Coach Guido. And I remember him talking about this one time when he approached the line for a race he'd been training for who knows how long, probably 3-4 years. What was going through his head was, nobody's trained as hard as I have. Nobody's going to beat me today. And that really stuck with me, the sense that you can assure that you're going to win just by putting in so much time beforehand. So it goes right along with the train hard and win easy. There were a lot of times when winning wasn't even in question. Losing, I suppose, wasn't even in question, just because of how much work I had put in beforehand, to the point where you're able to focus on things aside from just having to beat the guy behind you, because the guy behind you is so far behind you. So the idea that you can train yourself up to a point where you can almost guarantee that you're going to win on that day because nobody outworked you, that was something that really stuck with me.
Wow, that's good stuff. So I know you're constantly practicing, you're constantly working hard to get better, but when you're not doing those things and you're away from the sport, what do you like to do in your free time?
Yeah. So, one of the things that I'm actually pretty awful at, and I'm so bad at it that even though it's something that you could bring competition into, I'm so bad that it's not even worth competing. I like to golf a lot, head out to the driving range, but I'm awful, so there's no competition there. But I have a lot of fun with it, to go out with a couple guys and spend the day. And I play some piano, play some around my house with a couple of guys, do some gigs around town, and that's always a lot of fun too. So yeah.
Brian, we should golf together because I'm pretty awful too, so we can make each other look good.
Yeah, there you go.
So who's inspired you? Like, who's your role models that inspires you?
Yeah, so I'd say one of the main role models in my life, in the running scheme of things, would be Steve Prefontaine, runner from a couple decades ago. Ran for Oregon. He was a legend, brought a lot to the sport. And he's got a lot of quotes that really, summarize the sport for what it is. One of the things he said, and I'll never forget, when he walked up to the line, he said, "Somebody might beat me today, but they're going to have to bleed to do it." And that kind of determination, I don't think anyone's ever shown it since. Obviously, unfortunately, he passed away before his prime, but he is probably my number one role model in terms of running, for sure.
So as you get ready to graduate from HFL and go on to the next step, what are your final thoughts? What do you want people to know about Ryan?
Yeah, I think that I kind of embody the you can do great things in so many different ways. It's all about the time you put in, and you have so much more time in the day than you think you do. You waste so much more time in the day than you think you do. And it's all there for you. I didn't do anything special. I don't have any special talents. It was never, it wasn't like my parents pushed me into the sport and forced me to do every run that I did. If anything, they were holding me back a couple times when I'd say I'd go out and run for the third time on the day. It's like, I'm just a regular high school person that decided that he was going to do something and put the time in. And, with the pandemic, that was probably the greatest thing that could have happened to a distance runner like myself, because it opened a lot of doors. I had all the time in the world. And instead of just sit back and listen to everything going on and twiddle my thumbs in a chair, I was out there, it's probably 6 hours a day total, driving around to random places and just running for the love of it. So yeah, if you put the time in, especially in high school, you can really do so much more than you think.
Well, you walk away doing it in not just athletics, but academics as well. You've done great in both areas, and I want to thank you for giving us a chance to get to know you a little bit. Thank you for your great career and letting us follow that, and what a great representative you are of HFL, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So wishing you the best in the future, okay?
For sure. Take care.
The varsity golf team had a tremendously successful season, finishing with a 9-9 record, playing in a league that is one of the most challenging around, probably the most challenging of any sports teams here at HFL, playing Victor, Mendon, RH, Canandaigua, and Brighton. And we had a number of great wins over Fairport, Canandaigua, Irondequoit, Livonia, Rush Henrietta during the season. We got all the way into the semifinals of the Class A sectional championship before losing to Greece Athena. We had a great season off the course as well, with a team GPA of 94.64, and our Monroe County Scholar Athlete recipient was Ryan Connors. We had a wonderful season, enjoyed working with this group of players. We had a number of individual accomplishments during this season. Ryan Connors was first team All-County. Section 5 championship, he also placed fourth in Class A. The Monroe County Tournament of Champions, he also qualified in that tournament to play in the Section 5 championship. And we also had a number of individuals compete in the Monroe County Satellite Tournament. Those were senior Jason Hoffman, freshman Charlie Calcani, junior Sam Emerson, and junior Ryan McClain. An extra special thank you to the seniors that we had playing this year, Logan Statt, Ryan Connors, and Jason Hoffman. Another shout out to Will Eby, who's not pictured here. Will came out and kind of gave golf an experience this year and learned a lot about the game and got really good too. Logan Statt played for 3 years at varsity, Ryan Connors for 4 years, and Jason the last 2 years. And really had a lot of fun with these guys, spent a lot of time on the course with them and their teammates, and really did a great job at making our program better and competitive, and really one of the better ones around the area. So thank you so much, Logan, Ryan, Jason, and Will, for all of your hard work, time, dedication, and really appreciated working with you guys.
Hi, my name is Skip Rapp, and I've been the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima boys varsity tennis coach for the past 37 years. I just wanted to take a few minutes and tell you about our season this past year. We had a very fine 7-6 overall record and 6-0 within our division, which enabled us to be Monroe County Division III champions. Individually, we received a number of awards. First team Division III All-County consisted of Will Tomaszewski, Thomas Connolly, Adam Trippy, Josh Folk. And second team Division III Team All-County consisted of Jacob Derby, Sam Folk, Mason Bulling, Nick Birch, Gus Lant, and Peter Burslam. Our Monroe County Scholar Athlete recipient is Thomas Connolly. We had a team GPA of 97.8. The Monroe County Division III Player of the Year is Will Tomaszewski, and the Monroe County Coach of the Year is myself. For our community service project, we as a team and throughout the school donated personal care items for those in need through the Fish Organization.
At this time, let's recognize our retirees. A graduate of HFL, Bernie Gardner has spent 39 years coaching HFL student athletes. He has coached in 112 consecutive seasons. His teams have won sectional championships, New York State championships, but more importantly, thousands of lives have been impacted by Bernie. Thank you simply is not a strong enough phrase. Bernie, we appreciate everything you've done. You will always be a part of HFL athletics. Standing O and happy retirement. In February of this year, Joy Janjan retired from the HFL school district. For the past 30 years, she has personified what dedication and loyalty means. As the athletic administrative secretary, she was a friendly face for coaches, opponents, and fans here at HFL. Joy, congratulations on your retirement. Thank you for all you've done. This spring, we welcome Hannah Deneen to the athletic office as the administrative assistant. Hannah is a graduate of Marcus Whitman High School, where she went on to play Division I lacrosse at Niagara. Welcome, Hannah, and we're glad to have you on board. And now it's time to present our major award winners. First up is our HFL Coaches Award. This is given to the most valuable male and female senior athlete who demonstrate exemplary leadership, model citizenship, and outstanding athletic performance. Athletes are nominated on and voted for by our varsity coaches. Up first is our female recipient. She plays basketball and softball, has been an all-county selection, 2-time Section 5 champ. She's a member of the National Honor Society, volunteers at the Soup Kitchen at St. Joseph's, is a Cougar Big Sister. Our female Coaches Award recipient is Olivia Friedlander.
Award. This is awarded to most valuable female and male athletes, example of leadership model, citizenship, and outstanding athletics. Congratulations.
You deserve it.
Well, very well deserved.
So proud of you. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Tim. There you go. That's you. Got your name all there.
The recipient of our Male Coaches Award plays football and basketball, where he's a captain on both. He's been selected to the All-County team. He's a member of the All-Greater Rochester team. He volunteers in many youth activities. The recipient of the Male Coaches Award is Patrick Lustig.
I got something for you. Congratulations, yep. Congrats, man. Congrats. Congrats. Appreciate that bigger. All right, so we go.
Patrick, on behalf of the coaches, we have a varsity coaches award that we all vote on, all the coaches, all the varsity sports. Somebody who we think emulates, does it the right way, works hard, good character, does it on and off the field. It was a great attribute to getting us to get in the weight room. I thought you were a great leader in that. And just when it was game time, we knew Patrick was going to be there. He was a hell of a game. So on behalf of the coaches, Mr. Donahue, we'd like to give you the coaches award.
The Herbert J. Warboys Award is presented to the top three-sport HFL senior athlete. It's based on outstanding achievement in athletics, based 50% on ability and 50% on sportsmanship, leadership, cooperation, and school spirit. Our female recipient played soccer, basketball, and softball. She was a first-team All-County in soccer and softball, a two-time Section 5 champion, All-Greater Rochester twice in softball, captain, member of the National Honor Society, link crew, high honor roll. Our female recipient of the Herbert J. Warboys Award is Mari Spitz.
The ceremony won't be in person this year, it's virtual. So we're going to present you right now with the Herbert J. Warboy Award. You're recommended by our coaches, voted by our coaches. It goes to outstanding athlete, outstanding community service, and spirit. And your name's already on there. So we'll announce that at our virtual award ceremony, but we want to give you a chance to have it tonight.
Nice job, buddy.
This year's male recipient of the Herbert J. Warboys Award played 5 sports: swimming, soccer, football, basketball, and baseball. He was a team captain, first team All-County, member of the All-Greater Rochester team, National Honor Society, link crew, and a tutor for high school and middle school students. This year's recipient is Reese Joint.
Yeah, buddy. Congrats. Thank you. Congrats.
You got a surprise for you.
Yeah, we are.
We're here for you.
Thank you.
So, you know, our major award is our Herbert J. Warboy Award. It's given to an outstanding senior athlete, not just for skill, but for sportsmanship and community service. You are a recipient of the 2021 Herbert J. Warboy. Congratulations. Thank you. Your name is already engraved on there. While we had many accomplishments this year, we also experienced a great loss. Let's take time to remember Nancy Poole.
On April 16th of this year, we lost a part of us. Nancy Poole was a graduate, an Alumni Hall of Fame member, and a longtime employee at HFL. As a student here, Nancy participated in soccer, volleyball, basketball, field hockey, and softball. She went on to play club volleyball and basketball, earning her phys ed degree from SUNY Brockport. Nancy went on to teach PE before eventually making her way back to HFL as a secretary at the high school. During her 25-year career, she was a champion for all. She chaperoned and attended numerous activities and trips in support of teachers and students. She traveled to games, competitions, chorus trips, and state playoffs to support students. In addition, she was the official clock operator for many home events, including soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. She also did multiple things behind the scenes, including supporting students, advising students, and helping collect uniforms and inventory for our teams. This year, the high school staff renamed their faculty scholarship the Nancy Poole Cougar Award. Great school districts do not exist without dedicated people like Nancy. Her legacy will live on, and a standing O, Nancy, for a job well done and a life well lived.
The achievements highlighted on these previous slides do not tell the whole story of the 2021 school year. No group overcame more challenges than this one, whether it be competing with masks on, having their seasons paused, being socially distanced, playing without spectators. The 9 Section 5 championships represent the perseverance and resiliency of this group. A huge thank you to our coaches who provided off-season activities when we were given the green light. They did so on a volunteer basis and knowing how important it was for kids to be together and to be active. Thank you to our facilities, our buildings and grounds, our district administration. What these amazing accomplishments shared tonight really represent is how strong this community is. Thank you for your support of the athletic program and looking forward to the fall of '21.